Donald Trump is suing CBS News for an astounding $10 billion, claiming that the network swayed an interview with Kamala Harris in favor of Democrats just before the election. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so as to grab all our updates. In a complaint filed Thursday, the president's attorneys alleged a number of infractions by the broadcaster, including deliberate and malicious lying, because of CBS partisan and illegal election and voter interference through malicious, deceptive, and substantial news distortion intended to confuse, deceive, and mislead the public. The lawyers submitted the lawsuit. Additionally, the attorneys claim that by exaggerating Kamala Harris's performance, CBS News was attempting to cover for Democrats. Their editing was an attempt to tip the scales in favor of the Democratic Party as the heated 2024 presidential election, which President Trump is leading, approaches its conclusion. Trump's lawyers wrote in the court document that Fox News first reported. President Trump is pursuing this action to address the significant harm that CBS's dishonest broadcasting practices have caused to him, his campaign, and tens of millions of people in Texas and throughout America, the lawsuit goes on. For weeks, Trump and his team have criticized the interview and its editing, and they have previously threatened to take legal action. In a prior letter, Trump's lawyers demanded that CBS News provide an unedited transcript of Harris's conversation with anchor Bill Whitaker. The transcript was not released by CBS. According to the publication, no portion of the vice president's response to the question at hand was concealed. In their letter, Trump's lawyers went on to say that news outlets must accurately portray the facts, not manipulate an interview to try and falsely make their preferred candidate appear coherent and decisive, which Kamala most certainly is not. Harris's back and forth with Whitaker over Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his receptiveness to demands from President Joe Biden and Vice President Harris is of special concern to the former president's legal team. In a clip from CBS News, Face the Nation, the vice president said, "Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by, or a result of, many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region." At the Real 60 Minutes interview, Harris's response was more polished and concise. On Tuesday, Melania Trump once again defended her husband Donald Trump, claiming that he is not a modern-day Adolf Hitler. Following several speakers' racist and sexist remarks, Democrats, including Barack Obama, criticized Trump for hosting a rally at Madison Square Garden that they likened to a Nazi gathering. Following Trump's defense of himself against the allegations, his wife has now supported him by discussing the election in a rare broadcast appearance. "It's awful. He is not Hitler, and many who support him do it because they want to see the nation prosper." In an interview with Fox and Friends, Melania Trump said, "We see what kind of support he has." Melania addressed at Donald Trump's enormous at Madison Square Garden, which was likened to a Nazi rally held there on February 20, 1939. Over the weekend, Tim Walz remarked, "Donald Trump is having a huge rally at Madison Square Garden. There is a clear parallel to a large rally that took place at Madison Square Garden in the middle of the 1930s. Speaking Monday night at a Kamala Harris rally in Philadelphia, Obama attacked Trump, criticizing the speakers at his event on Sunday night at the largest arena in New York. Obama said that the warm-up speakers were saying the most racist, sexist, bigoted stereotypes, adding, "The man holds this big rally in Madison Square Garden." Puerto Rico was described as an island of garbage by one man. "These are Americans. They are human." Furthermore, he said, "That is why this election shouldn't be close." The claims were disputed by the previous president. "I'm not a Nazi." Trump addressed thousands of fans at Georgia Tech on Monday night. "I'm the antithesis of a Nazi." Following remarks made by Trump's former chief of staff John Kelly that Trump talked highly of Hitler and his generals, the analogies were made. Trump has refuted that. There were several contentious moments during the Madison Square Garden event. David Rem, Trump's boyhood pal, called Harris the Antichrist and the Devil. "Harris and her pimp handlers will destroy our country," businessman Grant Cardone warned the audience. In her Fox and Friends interview, Melania Trump said she was sure her husband would win the election. "I feel good. My husband is traveling all over the country," she stated. "I'm feeling well. My hubby is traveling across the nation."